Sathvarthasara Sarasamrutham, the garland of enriching pearls. For those who have been listening and watching Anandotsav, you know what I am talking about. One of the reasons Anandotsav is so engaging and enriching and a unique offering is because of the way we tie the different art forms, agamas and Vedas into a beautiful garland, bringing out the richness and unexplored realms of our rich Indian history and heritage. This is possible through the Sathvartha of Guru Dr. Ranjani Ganesan Ramesh, whose brainchild is the Anandotsav. How she ties and makes every Anandotsav flow as a beautiful, unique river through her Sathvartha Saras. This edition is a compilation of the Sathvartha, a garland of enriching pearls. Hope you all enjoy. I would like to thank each and every artist for today's grand edition of Ganga Alaknanda for being here, connecting globally and rendering their art form for an enriching experience. I would like to invite our Guru, Dr. Ranjani Ganesan Ramesh, who would be rendering the Sathvartha and being the lifeline and the Ganga herself as she connects all the art forms into a beautiful river as we are going to witness today. Ganga Alaknanda. Hearty welcome, Ranjani Akka.
Namaskaram to one and all. Very warm welcome to each one of you, all the artists and the Kala Rasikas, and all those who are so keen and so excited to know all about Indian arts and culture. Today, a grand 55th Anandotsav celebrates the flow of energy as it has been through the 55 weeks and will continue to with the blessings of Mahapariva, Mahadeva and Adishakti. Today we will celebrate the flow of energy, Ganga Alakananda, the inundated flow of energy, the perennial flow of energy, flow of Shaktipata as Ganga. Om Gangaye Namaha. Om Gangaye Namaha. Om Gangaye Namaha. Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange Tribhuvana Tarini Tarana Tarange Shankara Mauli Viharini विमले मम मतिरास्तां तव पदकमले भागीरथी सुखदायिनी मातस्तव जलमहिमा निगमे ख्याता नाहं जाने तव महिमानम् पाहि कृपामयि माम् अज्ञानम् हरिपदपाद्यतरङ्गिणि गङ्गे हिमविधुमुक्ता धवळतरङ्गे धूरीकुरु मम दुष्कृति भारम् कुरु कृपया भवसागर पारम् तव जलममलम् येन निपीतम् परमपदं खलु तेन गृहीतम् मातर्गङ्गे त्वयि यो भक्तः खिलतम् द्रष्टुं न यमः शक्तः पतितोद्धारिणि जानवि गङ्गे खण्डित गिरिवर मण्डित भङ्गे भीष्म जननि हे मुनिवर कन्ये पतित निवारिणि त्रिभुवन धन्ये कल्पलतामिव फलदां यो लोके प्रणमति यस्त्वां न पतति शोके पारावार विहारिणि गङ्गे विमुख युवती कृततरलापाङ्गे तव चेन्मातः स्त्रोतः स्नातः पुनरपि जठरे सोऽपि न जातः नरक निवारिणि जाह्नवी गङ्गे कलुष निवान् विनाशिनि महिमोत्तुङ्गे पुनरसदङ्गे पुण्यतरङ्गे जय जय जाह्नवी करुणापाङ्गे इन्द्रमुकुट मणिराजित चरणे सुखदे शुभदे भृत्य शरण्ये रोगं शोकं तापं पापं हर मे भव भगवति कुमति कलापं त्रिभुवनसारे वसुधाहारे त्वमसि गतिर्मम खलु संसारे अलकानन्दे परमानन्दे कुरु करुणामयी कातरवन्दे तव तटनिकटे यस्य निवासः खलु वैकुण्ठे तस्य निवासः वरमिह नीरे कमठो मीनः किं वा तीरे शरटः क्षीणः अथवाश्वपचो मलिनो दीनस्तव न हि दूरे नृपतिकुलीनः भो भुवनेश्वरि पुण्ये धन्ये देवि द्रवमयि मुनिवर कन्ये गङ्गास्तवमिव ममलं नित्यं पठति नरो यः स जयति सत्यम् येषां हृदये गङ्गा भक्तिस्तेषां भवति सदा सुखमुक्तिः मधुराकान्ता झटिकाभिः परमानन्दकलितललिताभिः गङ्गास्तोत्रम् इदं भवसारम् Vanchita phaladam vimalam saram Shankara sevaka Shankara rachitam Patati sukhi tava iti cha samaptaha. Bhagavat Pada Shankara, Bhagavat Pada Adi Shankara sang this Pravaha Bharita Stuti on Ganga. Ganga, the very name, Ganga, that which is complete, that which is empowered, and that who is a consistent, persistent flow of Shakti, energy. Panchabhutas, Srishti is adharita on the Panchabhutas. Nada, the sound, the very source of creation. The name Ganga resonates that power. AAK Ananda, that who is infinitely energetic and present. Apa, water. Sustenance, creation happens. Understanding of the creation, as can be understood as earth. Understanding of that creation as infinite as Akasha. But for these to exist and be sustained, water is the sustenance, that which sustains. A baby in the womb grows, sustains, and develops in water, the amniotic fluid. The Brahmanda, the huge golden egg, is filled with water, that which sustains. Breath is to be in existence. Life will happen if there is Vayu, breath. But although Vayu is there, for sustenance, water is most important. To keep that fire, the Agni, the very, very yearning for knowledge, to keep that alive, water. And that is Ganga, the infinite flow of energy. In that one Pravaha Stuti, Ganga Stotram, Adi Shankara Bhagavat Pada brings the various concepts of Ganga Avatarana, the stories of Ganga Avatarana, as well as what she does, why she is so, in all possible ways. You can call it as Vedic, you can call it as a sloka, you can call it as a stotra, but for me it is a complete encyclopedia, this one shloka, about that which talks about Ganga with respect to all that we know as science, geography, biology. Ganga Avatarana. The very source of Ganga, how she is created by all the three forces coming together. The Trimurti, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. How she pervades and persists and flows through all the lokas. Triloka Vyapi Gamini. She is present in all the three lokas. She is Vapi and she is Gamini. She is still flowing. She continues to move. Vamana Avatara Bali Chakravarti, the noble, learned king, rules all the three worlds. The ruler can be a good person, the king can be the best man, the very most pious man, but all the praja or his people who live as his subordinates may not necessarily be as righteous as him. That's how the other Danavas, the demons, people with wrong intentions, started exploiting and harassing the world. Just like how it is happening in today's world. You can relate it very well. All the devas run to Mahavishnu and say, please save us, protect us. Mahavishnu comes as Aditi and Kashyapa's son, as Vamana. Bali Chakravarti, being a righteous man, he cannot be just like that, fooled. And there is no reason to put him down because he is such a righteous man. Vamana comes to him and asks him, just give me 3 steps that I can take, that much of whatever that you can give, and whatever I can get in the 3 steps that I can place is enough. So he has to be very nicely tricked. Vamana takes the full form of Trivikrama, being Mahavishnu himself. Uncontainable energy, invincible, omnipotent. Trivikrama, one who pervades all the lokas. And when he stretches his leg to place the second step, the toenail of Mahavishnu pierces the Brahmanda. And out of the Brahmanda, the fluid that flows out, the water, is Ganga. Imagine the force of water that will come from the Brahmanda, the golden egg. Brahma immediately brings his kamandalu and takes that water. The water is red in color because it has come from Vishnu Bhagavan's toe, the feet. And that water collected in the kamandala, Brahma offers at the feet to wash the feet of Mahavishnu as Abhisheka. And that water flows Brahma Kamandalu takes the water from the Brahmanda, which flows as water, and washes again the feet of Lord Vishnu. Vishnupada Udbhave Ganga. So she is born Vishnupada Udbhave Ganga. And that water flows and how it can be brought onto earth and how Shiva takes her in his jata. We will talk about that. Shivabhyam stokas tribhuvana Shivabhyam hride punarbhavavyam Anandaspurat anubhavavyam itiriyam. Shiva Shiva Anuraga Shivananda Lahari Stotram. Namma Bharata Punya Bhumi Veda Rishigala Matayu. Namma Bharata Punya Bhumi Veda Rishigala Matayu. Satyave Dharma Nade ಎಂಬಗಣ್ಯರಗಾದೆಯು ಸತ್ಯವೇ ನುಡಿ ಧರ್ಮವೇ ನಡೆ ಎಂಬಗಣ್ಯರಗಾದೆಯು ವೇದೋದಿದ ಮುತ್ತು ಗಿಳಿಗಳು ಓಂಕಾರದ ಗಿಳಿಗಳು ಸಾಮದಾನದ ಸ್ವರದ ಕೋಗಿಲೆ ಸ್ವರಾನು ಅನುರಾಗ ದ್ವೈತಾಮೃತ ಹಾಡಿದವು ಸಾರಿದವು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ಭೂಮಿ. Namaskaram to one and all. A very warm welcome to a very important and a very embellished edition of Anandotsav today, the 56th Grand Anandotsav, celebrating Advaita Anubhava Anuraga. It is a momentous day today as we celebrate Anandotsav, the 56th because we collaborate and take Anandotsav to Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world's family, through BHO, Bharat Heritage Organization, a privilege and honor and a great moment of pride and happiness as we take it forward with BHO, as blessed by the Kanchi Periyava. In Anandotsav today, we celebrate Advaita Anubhava Anuraga. That we align with the Supreme. God resides within us. God is everywhere as love, Anbu, Prema, Anuraga. The Anubhava of the Paraman is complete when that love is experienced as the Paraman, when that Anubhava of that beautiful Anuraga of the divine cosmic energies becomes a part of us and we align to that Supreme in Advaita. It is a love. God is an emotion, is an experience. It can only be experienced and enjoyed as bliss, Ananda. Any form of Ananda to be experienced, we need to bring together ourselves with the divine, and that we do as Advaita Anubhava Ananda Anurag. Shri Krishna, universal God, said, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamevaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyo asi me. Align, he says, give your mind to me. Give, Aprina, he's not asking, he's saying, align with me. Come be one with me. Experience me as you, you as me. Soham asmi. Aham brahmasmi. Be devoted to me. Be devoted to that oneness, the thought of being in alignment with the divine. Worship. What is worship? Worship is not just throwing flowers and chanting few mantras, keeping the mind elsewhere. Worship is living a thought, living a concept is worship. When we think, we align, we devote ourselves to that thought, we begin to worship, we begin to live that thought. And that thought leads you to just surrender and bow to that thee, the Paraman. Think, align, devote, worship that brings you and me together exceptionally. Advaita, Anubhava, Anuraga, Ananda. He says, for you, you are so very dear to me. When God is professing his love for us, all we need to do is just sit and accept that love and be loved and love back. Let us celebrate Advaita, Anuraga, Anubhava, Ananda in Anandotsav today.
This divine experience of Jagannatha to all of us here. One kind request, kindly please mute your audio and also turn off your video because we want the artist on the big screen. I welcome everybody one more time. Thank you so much.
Shri Jagannathaya Namaha. Om Shri Jagannathaya Namaha. Om Shri Jagannathaya Namaha. Om Puri Vasaya Vidmahe Jagannathaya Dhimahi Tanno Purushottama Prachodayat. Neelachala Nivasaya Neelachala Nivasaya Neelachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Namaha. Jagadananda Kandaya Jagada Ananda Kandaya Pranatarthaharaya Cha Jagadananda Jagada Ananda Jagada Ananda Kandaya प्रणतार्तहराय च नीलाचलनिवासाय जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। ॐ श्री जगन्नाथाय नमः। ॐ श्री जगन्नाथाय नमः। ॐ बलभद्राय नमः। श्री सुभद्राय नमः। ॐ श्री सुदर्शनाय नमः। ॐ श्री जगन्नाथाय नमः। जगन्नाथाय नमः। ॐ जगन्नाथाय नमः। जगन्नाथाय नमः। ॐ जगन्नाथाय नमः। ॐ जगन्नाथाय नमः। ॐ जगन्नाथाय नमः। Namaskaram and a very warm welcome to each one of you to today's very special edition, the 60th grand edition, Shashti, the 60 itself is a very, very important number. ஐம்பொருளுக்கும் அப்பாற்பட்ட ஒரு சக்தி 6. That is the Parabrahman. That is what we have as the 6th sense. That helps us win over the Ari Shadvarga. The number 6 is very, very, very auspicious. And today we are celebrating the 60th grand edition of celebration. That is Ananda, Utsava. Celebrating the celebration, celebrating bliss, celebrating the divine energy, Anubhava of the divine through Ananda Utsava Sashti, the 60th grand edition. Celebrating what better can it be than celebrating Jagannatha, the Purushottama, that primordial source of divine energy, Jagannatha, the Lord of the universe. Jagat Pita, Jagat Anandakaraka, Jagannatha. With the Brahma Padartha instilled, ingrained, he resides in all the 3 worlds, in Bhuloka as Jagannatha, at that holy kshetra of Puri. Let us celebrate Jagannatha in all his grandeur in our Ananda Utsava today, 60th Ananda Utsava. We are so happy to have each one of you. As it is a very special occasion, we are celebrating it live with you all yet again. Let us go and explore that Ananda Anubhava of Jagannatha. Paraman takes the form of Sri Krishna in Dwapara Yuga as Raghottama in the Treta Yuga. He is Purushottama, Jagannatha, living with all of us as Jagannatha. Raghottama comes as Purushottama Krishna. Every form that manifests in this Bhuloka as Bhagavan's avatara has been having to ascend. Sri Krishna also had to ascend back. What happens to Bhuloka then? Sri Krishna Paramatma, 36 years after Kurukshetra Mahayuddha, is resting under a neem tree with all his Yadava clan fighting all around him. He's trying to make sense to them, speak sense to them, and make them understand. What happens to the world if Paramatma himself gets tired? Humans are so that they can make anybody tired, but Bhagavan rejuvenates everybody. That is why we celebrate Jagannatha. Sri Krishna resting under the tree. Jara Sabara, a hunter. Jara Sabara, his name. He is coming into the forest as usual, hunting. That is his livelihood. Sri Krishna Paramatma is sitting against the tree, stretching his legs, and also being, I'm sure he must have been amused by how all the Nara Parivara were fighting for what God knows. This Jara Sabara, கடவுளோட பாதம் கூட அவ்வளவு அழகு. Sri Krishna Paramatma, his beautiful lotus feet, so beautiful. It looked like the beautiful ear of a deer, man, deer. To Jara, how you perceive, what you perceive is what you believe, but it can be very different. So he, Jara Sabara, thinks a deer is sitting there and he shoots his arrow. And that pierces the feet at the heel of Sri Krishna Paramatma. That's how he wants to live. He has decided that. So he makes all these illusions Maya. Arjuna runs. The entire Pandava Parivara, Yadava Parivara, everybody runs They want to somehow hold on to him. We always do that, isn't it? When we have it around us, we don't realize the value. Oh, we just think, oh, okay, you're there, so what? What's the big deal? I'm also there. Am I important? Are you important? But then, when we are going to lose it, we want to hold on to it in desperation. That's what they did. Paramatma is living and leaving. They want to hold on, try as they might. Arjuna does all sorts of possible means to keep Krishna in that body. But Paramatma chooses to bless as energy. Sri Krishna leaves the body. The body of Sri Krishna is cremated. Arjuna does all the last rites. And Asti Visarjan happens in the ocean. Sri Krishna is Sri Krishna. Well, science is something that has always been there, and we have re-understood and we are doing a researching on it. So Sri Krishna's heart does not burn. It remains and it floats along with that neem tree itself. Paramatma leaves his energy, his amsha, as the physical form, as the neem tree. Daru. Daru Paraman. Daru means the tree, trunk, the bark. That heart becomes fossiled, obviously, and it becomes the Neela Mani. So he lives as that Neela Mani, Neela Madhava he becomes. Who is this Jara? Interesting to know. We will look into that soon after we have the Veda Parayanam by our Shashank Harish, disciple of Guru Nateshan Ganesan Amma. Welcome. Narayana Namostute Narayana Paro Vidyaha Vidya Narayana Paraha Vishwam Narayana Sakshat Narayana Namostute Narayana Dvidhir Jato Jato Narayana Dhavaha Jato Narayana-ndindro Narayana Namostute Narayana Upasyaha Asyad Guru Narayana Paraha Narayana Paro Bodho Narayana Namostute Twadagnyam Shirasa Dhritva Japami Janapavanam Nanopasana Marganam Bhavat कृद्भावबोधकः नारायणत्वमेवासि दहराख्ये हृदि स्थितः प्रेरकः प्रेयर्माणानाम् त्वया प्रेरित मानसः त्वया प्रेरित मानसः भावार्थकृद्भवातीतो भवसौख्यप्रदो मम त्वन्माया मोहितं विश्वम् त्वयैव परिकल्पितं त्वयैव परिकल्पितं त्वदधिष्ठानमात्रेण सा वै सर्वार्थकारिणे त्वमेतां च पुरस्कृत्य सर्वकामान् प्रदर्शय न मे त्वदन्य अस्त्रातास्ति त्वदन्य न हि दैवतं त्वदन्य न हि जानामि पालकं पुण्यवर्धनम् यावत् संसारिको भावो मनस्थो भावनात्मकः तावत् सिद्धिर्भवेत् साध्या सर्वार्थ सर्वदा विभो त्वयाहं नैव स्पृष्टश्चेन्न स्थास्यास्तव दयाळुता आमयो वा न स्पृष्टश्चेदौषधस्य आमेयो वा न स्पृष्टश्चेत् औषधस्य वृथोदयः पापसङ्घपरिश्रान्तः पापात्मा पापरूपधृत त्वदन्यः कोऽत्र पापेभ्यस्त्रातास्ति जगति तले त्वमेव माता च त्वमेव पिता त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव सेव्यश्च गुरुस्त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव ॐ वैद्यो नारायणो हरि These verses from Narayana Hridaya Stotram give us a complete understanding about what we are here to explore in Anandotsav 62nd edition. We are very happy and proud and extremely delighted to have all the energies that
my guru, Dr. Ranjani, Ganesan, Ramesh, for taking this Anandotsav to a beautiful experience for all of us. Thank you all.
वैद्यनाथाय नमः। धन्वन्त्रये नमः। नारायणाय नमः। अश्विन्यै नमः। वैद्यनाथाय नमः। वैद्यनाथाय नमः। वैद्यनाथाय नमः। नमः शिवाय। नमः शिवाय। अचिकित्सा चिकित्साय। अचिकित्सा चिकित्साय। च आद्यन्तरहिताय च सर्वलोकैकवन्द्याय वैद्यनाथाय ते नमः। अप्रमेयाय महते सुप्रसन्नमुखाय च अभीष्टदायिने नित्यम् वैद्यनाथाय ते नमः। मृत्युञ्जयाय शर्वाय मृडानि वामभागिने वेदवेद्याय रुद्राय वैद्यनाथाय ते नमः। वैद्यनाथाय ते नमः। श्रीरामचन्द्र वन्द्याय जगतां हितकारिणे सोम अर्धधारिणे सोमार्धधारिणे तुभ्यं वैद्यनाथाय ते नमः। नीलकण्ठ सौमित्री पूजिताय मृडाय च चन्द्रवह्नि अर्कनेत्राय वैद्यनाथाय ते नमः। शिखिवाहनवन्द्याय सृष्टे स्थिति अन्तकारिणे मणिमन्त्र औषध ईशाय वैद्यनाथाय ते नमः। रुद्रा राजाभिवन्द्याय दिव्यगङ्गा धाराय च जगन्मयाय सर्वाय वैद्यनाथाय ते नमः। कुजवीड विधीन्द्र आदियैः पूजिताय चिदात्मने आदित्यचन्द्रवन्द्याय वैद्यनाथाय ते नमः। वेदवेद्याय कृपाधारा जगन्मूर्ते शुभप्रदा अनादिवैद्य सर्वज्ञ वैद्यनाथ नमोस्तुते। वैद्यनाथ नमोस्तुते। वृषवाहनाय देवेश अचिकित्सा चिकित्साक अचिकित्सा चिकित्सक करुणाकर गौरीशा वैद्यनाथाय नमोस्तुते। विधि विष्णुमुखैर्देवैः अर्च्यमान पदाम्बुज अप्रमेय हरेशान वैद्यनाथ नमोस्तुते। राम लक्ष्मण सूर्य इंदु जटायु श्रुति पूजित मदनान्तक सर्वेश वैद्यनाथ नमोस्तुते। प्रपंच भिषगीशान नीलकंठ महादेवे ईश्वर विश्वनाथ महादेवा वैद्यनाथ नमोस्तुते। गंगाधर महादेव चंद्रवह्नि अर्कलोचन पिनाकपाणे विश्वेश वैद्यनाथाय नमोस्तुते। उमापते लोकनाथ मणिमन्त्रौषधेश्वर उमापते लोकनाथ मणिमन्त्र औषध ईश्वर दीनबन्धो दीनबन्धो दया सिन्धो वैद्यनाथ नमोस्तुते। त्रिगुणातीत चिद्रूप तापत्रय विमोचना विरूपाक्ष जगन्नाथ वैद्यनाथ नमोस्तुते। Bhuta Preta Pishacha Adi Uchchathana Vichakshana Kushta Adi Sarva Rogan Sambharte Namo Namaha Jadya Andha Pangu Kubjadehi Divya Rupa Pradagine Anekha Mukha Jantuna Divya Vakdayine Namaha 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 Vaidyanataya Te Namaha. Namaskaram to one and all. A very warm welcome to yet another beautiful edition of Anandotsav, the 66th edition, very, very proudly hosted by Yada in association with Bho, Amba Anandeshwari Kalalaya Worldwide, Ananda Utsava, the 66th. Week after week, we have been blessed by the divine energies to understand them, to make an effort to know them, to realize, to be able to understand, to feel, to have an anubhava of some understanding, and having the experience of bliss, Ananda, in Ananda Utsava, through all these upasana that we have been doing through Veda, Agama, Kala, Panditya, giving understanding by various experts in various fields, upasakas, sadhakas, who have been with us through 66 weeks of Ananda Utsava itself is a healing, isn't it? In the most challenged times the world is going through and facing the pandemic. Over 66 weeks we have been trying to align with the divine energy in order to help ourselves, our near and dear ones in the world, and all the people in the world and the world itself to experience bliss through arts, agama, and kala, and help heal and experience shanti. Where there is health, there is wealth, and there is wealth, there is health. Healing has been the only purpose and reason how and why Ananda Utsava itself started to happen and has been happening. Shankaracharya, Jagat Guru, gave us various pathana, stotrams, shloka, mantra, all these may sound very big as words, but they only mean the thought to be verbalized through a language and he gave it in Sanskrita language. What he said to follow, how he said, how he spoke, how he described, how he made us understand, see the divine, is what we call it as sloka, mantra. Repeatedly chanting a particular chant or a word, or that you call as a bija mantra, vocalizing, verbalizing that word in alignment, perfect alignment with the thought, helps create that energy which is required to cause that possibility and positivity. Shri Chandrasekhara Namaskara Vaidyanatha Namaskara Stotram was the stotram that I just sang now. It is Jagadguru Shankaracharya Virachita, written by Shankaracharya. Written is not a right word. As explained to us, as expressed by Jagadguru Shankaracharya. It talks about everything that is involved in the process of healing and that which can be healing, which is done by various divine energies, which we have been exploring. Narayana as Vaidyo Narayano Harihi. Narayana came as Dhanvantri. Vaidyanatha himself, Mata Kamakshi, Ganapati, Subramanya, all the various mantras that help heal were given in very detail by our Guruji, Irulniki and Ganesan Mama in the previous episodes. We had a lot of healers speaking about various methods spoken in the Agamas, but forgotten, but now brought back with modern words that people of the world today can understand. The words, all the different kinds of healers came and spoke. Today we will explore the magic that happened in the field of surgery that is spoken. We will explore about Ashwini Kumara, the divine twins, the god of surgery, as how they passed it on to Sushruta Muni, and how the various surgeries have happened as spoken about in our Vedic times, in the Vedas, through the Vedas, and how the divine energies have helped do them. Very, very overwhelming it has been for all of us to go through nearly 5 weeks of exploring the extensive content that healing, just healing, Vaidya, has been giving us all.
The Anandotsav, we had the BHO, the Bharat Heritage Organization, in joint collaboration with YADA hosting this Anandotsav. And our Akka Guru, Dr. Ranjani Ganesan Ramesh, being the director of Agamas and Arts, is leading this Anandotsav under this banner. So both Yada and Bo are very, very proud to host the Anandotsav. And today, especially, we are very excited to make it a really live session. And we started with Ganapati in the first edition of the Anandotsav, who is the Layakara. And today, at the 75th edition, just as how Anandotsav, the Laya of Anandotsav continues without skipping a beat, we are having the Laya, especially for celebrating the Laya Vistara Prastara, enriching to empower with Laya. As usual, every week we are featuring the Sathvartha Vachana by our Guru, Dr. Ranjani Ganesan Ramesh. We are all very, very eagerly waiting to have her lead the stage of the Anandotsav after a few weeks of the YouTube sessions. Today, this edition, the grand 75th edition, we have the Avahana Geetam and the Veda Parayanam by students of Swadharma Veda Patashala from Phoenix, Arizona. And we will be also unveiling the new logo of Amba Anandeshwari Kalalaya. Today we have a very, very special guest whom we will be featuring and felicitating, the Laya Chakravarti, Mumbai Sri Shankaranarayanan, conferring the title Ananda Laya Bodhitagnya. We welcome all the satsangis today for this beautiful enriching session. With this, I would like to give the stage to my Guru, Dr. Ranjani Ganesan Ramesh, to take us through the Sathvarthasara and lead the Anandotsav.
Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Kalabhyam Chudalankrita Shashikalabhyam Nijatapah Kalabhyam Bhakteshu Prakatita Phalabhyam Bhavatu me Shivabhyam Stokatribhuvana Shivabhyam Hridi Punarbhavabhyam Anandam 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 Purad Anubhavabhyam Ananda Spurat Anubhavabhyam Natiriyam Galanti Shambha Tvacharita Saritah कल्बिषरजो दळन्ति कुल्यास आडिषु पतन्ति विजयता तिष्ठन्ति संसार भ्रमण परिताप उपशमनम् दिशन्ति संसार भ्रमण परिताप उपशमनम् पसन्ते वसन्ति मच्चेत् उतो हृदभुवि शिवानन्द लहरी शिवानन्द शिव शिवानन्द लहरी त्रयी वेद्यं वेद्यं हृद्यं त्रिपुरा त्रिपुरा हरमध्यं त्रिनयनं जटाधारं चलपुरगहारं मृगधरं महादेवं देवं मयि सदय भावं पशुपतिं चिदानम्बं साम्बं शिवम् अतिविडम्बं हृदि भजे स्मृतौ शास्त्रे वेद्ये वैद्ये स्मृतौ शास्त्रे वैद्ये शकुन कविता गान फणितौ पुराणे मन्त्रे वा स्तुति नटन हास्ये चतुरः कथं राज्ञां प्रीतर्भवति मयि कोऽहं पशुपते पशुं मां सर्वज्ञ प्रथित कृपया पालय विभो 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 भिङ्गे न तुम लय स्वरूप लय आह्लादकर लय सनातन लय आधार लयोत्पन्न लय विस्तार लय प्रस्तार महा सदाशिव शिव शिवा What a beautiful occasion to celebrate the 75th grand edition of Anandotsav. It is indeed a great pleasure, Anandamaya Taruna, that we are all reeling in absolute Spurana Avastha, excited, ignited to explore the magic of the basis of existence, of the very basis of creation, of the very basis of the ultimate truth of Shiva, Shiva. Origin of sound, the originator of sound, Mahasadashiva, without which there is no life, that which denotes, that which directs, that which derives life out of life. That is La Ya. The letter La, arising from the hum of that beautiful Adhara Bharita Chakra. When you resonate La, the sound itself goes around. That denotes the Pita, the Master, the Father, the Creator, Shiva. Ya. Ya. A very gentle sound, a very gentle letter, as gentle as Shiva herself. Together, Shiva, Shiva becomes La, Ya, Laya, the Adhara Shakti, the creators, the cosmic parents. The sound that originates as Ta. Why cannot it be anything else, and why should it be only Ta? That word, that letter Ta, means to communicate and make us understand that it is that. This is it. That. Ta. That which is Ta. That which is always is Ta. Eternity, that is Ta. Adhin, Ta, Adi. Ta, Adi. That which is the primordial source. Adi. The very, 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 very beginning. The very, very primordial source. Ta, Adi, Adhing, that which can manifest and multiply in manifolds, and that everything which comes under that, the adhing. Adhingi, gina, gi, which is vibrant, that which is the source which can manifest in multifolds, manifolds. Adi, that which comes into everything. Adhing, gi, vibrant, resonating, resonance. Ana, anu is present in every atom. Ta, that which is that. Om, ta and om becomes tom. That which comes from the source, goes back into the source in a circle and is echoing, is resonating as that source. From the start, it originates and merges back into that start. Source to sink. Ta, a, dhi, in, gi, na, ana, ta, om. Ta, dhin, gi, na, tom. We all think it is just a phrase, some sound that is just verbalized, translated as letters or verbalization of a phrase to sound beautiful. Yes, but it has a purpose and it is communicative of this in-depth meaning, and it has to be understood in this manner. Ta, dhin, gi, na, tum. All that which can manifest in multitudes and manifolds, that becomes the vistara. You can go on creating one from the other from the other, and so on and so forth. Panchajati that we know, but Panchajati in Panchagati, in all the talas, Sulabhi Saptatala much came to us very recently. But when the cosmos was created, and since the origin, we have many others. Similarly, the angas of the tala, we will go into all this detail a bit later. As much as you can expand and create many, vistara, vilaya, expand as prastara. You can go on and on and on and on with laya. The basis, there is a meter, there is laya. Only when there is laya, there is life. When there is no laya, there is no life. If the heartbeat goes varying, then you need to understand that something is not right. When the pulse is not beating in the particular meter and particular rhythm, you know the laya is disturbed. When there is different confusion, commotion in the atmosphere, in the rhythm pattern, you know there is disturbance. Laya, the source of life, the basis of life. We will today explore Laya, Vistara, Prastara. We are very, very honored today in this beautiful edition of 75th Grand to have the Laya Chakravarti himself with us. Mumbai Shri Shankar Narayanan sir, who is Nandikeshwara, but Nandi is that loyal entity which brings to us that what the Chakravarti, the Mahasadashiva himself has said. And Nandi is all, I would say, students, and he himself is that Sadashiva, who is the Laya himself, manifested and embodied to come and bless us all in this world. We are so blessed and honored to be living in the same breath space and in the same Laya that Shankar Narayan sir is himself living as that Laya. Greatest honor for us. 75th Anandotsav could not have been anything better or
Wow. Hope you all enjoyed this beautiful compilation of the Sathvartha Saras. All the editions of the Anandotsav are featured in the YouTube channel of Yada AAK Anandotsav and also at the yadatv.org.